Good afternoon. My name is Chris Garenti, and it is a pleasure to be here with you today at Parker United Methodist Church with the Parker 5280 Plus Senior Chorale. On behalf of our fabulous accompanist, Bonnie Hackett, and and all of our amazing singers, I'd like to welcome you to our 11th annual spring concert entitled American Musical Milestones. Today we're going to perform a variety of songs that celebrate the United States semi-quincentennial, or 250th anniversary, as well as 150th anniversary of Colorado entering the Union. At this time, we would ask that you please take a minute to silence all cell phones and electronic devices. If you don't know how to turn off your phone, or alarm, or any other notifications, this would be a real good time to ask somebody sitting near you or go out in the lobby and figure it out. Thank you for your assistance with that. Thank you for coming to hear these wonderful singers today. We invite everyone to simply appreciate and celebrate our country's journey throughout 250 years since the signing of the Declaration of Independence. Since 1776, we've been singing, and our songs today will reflect our pride in America, as well as highlight several American musicals, which are also celebrating anniversary milestones this year. We're going to begin with a song that has local connections. It's called An American Hymn, which is a beautiful arrangement of America the Beautiful. This setting by Coloradan Cecil Effinger was first performed in 1967 in the Air Force Academy Chapel in Colorado Springs, just a few miles from where in 1893, a 33-year-old English professor named Catherine Lee Bates wrote the first lines of her poem, Pike's Peak. We know that today that it became America the Beautiful. About 17 years later, a New Jersey church organist and choir master named Samuel Ward composed a hymn tune for her poem. Although the two never met, America the Beautiful became one of the most beautiful and moving songs about our country, even being considered to become the U.S. national anthem back in the early 1900s. We hope you are inspired by An American Hymn. Thank you so much. Moving on to the early 1900s, the songs Yankee Doodle Boy, Give My Regards to Broadway, and You're a Grand Old Flag were all the rage. Each song has been performed for over 120 years. That's quite a musical milestone to celebrate. A legendary American entertainer, playwright, composer, lyricist, actor, singer, dancer, and producer, named George M. Cohan, was called the man who owned Broadway before World War I. Interestingly enough, he was born on July 3rd. He started his career in vaudeville and went on to write more than 50 shows and 300 songs. Cohan's music revolutionized the theater world, bringing speech, stories, characters, and patriotic music into American theater. He also earned the title of Yankee Doodle Boy, and his life was portrayed on screen by actors like James Cagney, Mickey Rooney, and Joel Grey. I see some smiles. Some of you remember those movies. President FDR even gave Cohan with the Congressional Gold Medal of Honor. That's different than a normal Medal of Honor because it's a civilian honor. And that was for his many musical contributions to lifting World War I morale. We hope you enjoy a medley of 3 of his most famous songs entitled Cohan's Big Three. Now we're getting in the spirit. I'm curious, how many of you are hearing a 5280 chorale for the very first time? awesome. That is wonderful. We're so glad you're here today. Did you know that our choirs don't exist just to perform concerts? The 50 to 80 plus senior chorales exist to provide the significant and measurable health and wellness benefits of choral singing in mature adults. Yes, there are many, many definitions of the word mature. These are non-auditioned daytime choirs for adults ages 50 or better, thus the convenient name 50 to 80 plus senior chorales, borrowed from our mile-high elevation in Colorado. Now, sometimes we do allow underage singers to join us. It's kind of like underage drinking, but legal. We're legal. By the way, our singers represent a wide range of choral experience. Some have never sung in a choir before. Some haven't sung since high school or college. Others are actively involved in their church or other community organizations. But I hope it's obvious that they are all having a good time, because it's never too late to try something new. In our nation's history, there are countless patriots who have answered and continue to answer the call for our country, sometimes sacrificing their own lives in service. As we remember their service and portray our gratitude during this anniversary year, we should also look inward and ask ourselves about our role in America. Our next song is a contemporary patriotic anthem written by Irish songwriter Brendan Graham as a love song to America. It was famously performed by the group Woman, singular, Celtic Woman, in 2009. It gained renewed attention when it was performed at the 2021 presidential inauguration. While it uses traditional patriotic imagery, the words of this song convey a special message of healing and restoration for our nation. The song's patriotic lyrics and beautiful soaring melody have moved audiences and singers to tears. It has been described as a salute to America during troubled times. For singers, it serves as a heartfelt pledge of loyalty, devotion, healing for our country. It frames patriotism as caretaking, guided by light and grounded in companionship. It teaches that patriotism is not flag waving, but individual care, showing up, holding on, standing together, and promising future readiness whenever the call returns. We hope the lyrics will resonate with you as we perform "Oh, America." America's musical theater heritage has been alive and well for decades. We obviously couldn't perform all of the musicals that are having milestone anniversaries, but we wanted to highlight a few of our favorites. There's one musical celebrating 83 years of song and dance. Which one? Do you know the name of the first musical ever written by the team of Rodgers and Hammerstein? You know? Yes, Oklahoma. You looked in the music. You looked there. Cheaters. Yes, it was Oklahoma. This 1943 Broadway musical was set in the Oklahoma Territory in 1906 as a celebration of the territory's impending statehood. It's the story of a farm girl, Laurie, and her courtship with two rival suitors, cowboy Curly McLean and sinister farmhand Judd Fry. It also exposed the growing pains of the Oklahoma citizens between cowboys versus farmers living in the territory. A secondary romance between cowboy Will Parker and his flirtatious fiancée, Ado Annie, adds comic relief to this classic musical. Now, the chorale is going to sing the familiar title song from Oklahoma, but it will be followed by another hilarious song from Oklahoma called I Cain't Say No, performed by our musical guest, Karen Sumner. Karen is a dear friend and a spectacular character actress who will portray Ado Annie as she struggles to explain being in love with two men at the same time, at least two. A cowboy named Will and a Persian peddler. Oh, and her father has a shotgun.
Oh Bye, Billy Joe. I'll see you later, Billy Joe. That was really fun. Daryl, I haven't seen you forever. You know, there's a dance tonight at the barn. Maybe I'll see you there. Ricky Bob. Ricky Bob, how are you doing? I also haven't seen you for a while. Maybe I'll see you at the dance, too. What? It ain't so much a question of not knowing what to do. I knowed what's right and wrong since I've been 10. I heard a lot of stories, and I reckon they are true, about how girls are put upon by men. I know I mustn't fall into the pit, but when I'm with a feller, I forget. I'm just a girl who can't say no. I'm in a terrible fix. I always say, come on, let's go, just when I ought to say nix. When a person tries to kiss a girl, I know she ought to give his face a smack. But as soon as someone kisses me, I somehow sort of want to kiss him back. I'm just a fool when lights are low. I can't be prissy and quaint. I ain't the type that can faint. How can I be what I ain't? I can't say no. What you gonna do when a fella gets flirty and starts to talk purty? What you gonna do? Supposing that he says that your lips are like cherries or roses or berries, what you gonna do? Supposing that he says that you're sweeter than cream and he's gotta have cream or die, what you gonna do when he talks that away? Spit in his eye? I'm just a girl who can't say no, can't seem to say it at all. I hate to disappoint a beau when he is paying a call. For a while I act refined and cool, a-settin' on the velveteen settee. Then I think of that old golden rule and do for him what he would do for me. I can't resist a Romeo in a sombrero and chaps. Soon as I sit on their laps, something inside of me snaps. I can't say no. So Daryl, I'll see you at the dance tonight. And Ricky Bob, are you busy on Friday? I can meet you at the north pasture by the old oak tree.
back Karen again a little later to perform another song about the difficulties of love and romance. But now, travel with us on the Rock Island train to River City, Iowa in the year 1912. A smooth-talking traveling salesman, con man, named Harold Hill creates trouble when he arrives selling musical instruments and uniforms to the naive townsfolk while trying to skip town with all of the money that he collects from them. To stall while waiting for the instruments to arrive on the Amazon truck, the Wells Fargo wagon, he pretends to be a professor of music, using the think system with the boys. You know, la-di-da-di-da-di-da-di-da. Something like that, yeah. To instruct all of the recruited boys in the band. His plans are complicated when he falls for the town's librarian named Marion, who is also the town's piano teacher, and he begins to genuinely care for the community. By now, I'm sure you know which American musical I'm referring to. The Music Man is a classic Tony Award-winning musical. It's a comedy from 1957 by Meredith Willson. It took him, Meredith, 8 years to write this entertaining musical. That means this musical is celebrating a milestone of almost 70 years on stage. The score includes rousing marches, barbershop quartets, and sentimental ballads. Our nostalgic medley from The Music Man includes Good Night, My Someone, Pick a Little, Talk a Little, Good Night, Ladies, Lie to Rose, Will I Ever Tell You, Wells Fargo Wagon, Till There Was You, and of course, 76 Trombones. Now sit back and enjoy The Music Man. Our singers have shared a multitude of ways that singing with the 5280-plus Senior Chorales has enriched their lives. Here to express those sentiments, it is my pleasure to introduce to you Chris Sheridan.
Hi, everybody. I'm going to share with you why this is such an amazing place to sing and a group to sing with. And I'm going to do it, I thought, in the form of a David Letterman-esque top 10 list. So number 10, I hadn't sung in 10 or more years before I joined this group, and I was very happy. No, I will say I was relieved with the way they took care of new people and helped me get up to speed. Number 9, as Chris was saying, doctors say that singing choral music significantly improves physical, mental health by reducing stress, boosting immunity, releasing endorphins, improving lung function. Fine. To me, it just feels good. Number 8, I am a sucker for a well-run organization. And I gotta say that there are people here, just to name a few, there's Steve, and there's Sue, and there's Barb, and they do an amazing job with a website that keeps us on track and Chorale Pals that keep us all moving in the same direction. Number 7, having the opportunity to learn and sing songs of different genres and even different languages. If you were here a few semesters ago or last semester, we did one in Italian, and it was a blast. So the number 6 reason why this is such an amazing organization to sing with is I'm getting to be a better singer. Yes? Okay. Number 5, to be able to share positive, uplifting time with all of you here. That's a gift. That really is a gift. Number 4, research suggests that men have a harder time forming social connections than do women. And this is a great place to build those connections. So, a big shout out to my baritone friends in the audience and my bass and tenor friends here. Thanks. Number 3, the privilege of working with musicians like Chris and Bonnie, who just make all of our practices and our performances something to learn from and truly enjoy. The number 2 reason, each of us has the opportunity, and I'll say each of us here has the responsibility to do something in your life that brings you joy. And I gotta say, this is one thing that does bring me joy. And the number 1 reason that singing in the 5280-plus chorale is amazing, it feeds my soul. So, if anyone here thinks that singing with us would feed their soul and bring them joy, please come and join us. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Chris. You might not know that the 5280-plus Senior Chorales organization currently serves, drum roll please, 320 singers in 3 choirs. And we are so proud, We are so proud to announce that all 3 chorales have dramatically increased in enrollment this year. Some of them are with us today because we invite singers from the other chorales to sing along with each of the other groups during their concerts, as long as we have enough space. So let's meet them. On Wednesday afternoons, our newest chorale in Parker, under my direction, rehearses here at Parker United Methodist Church. Parker people, stand up for me. On Friday mornings, our Highlands Ranch Chorale, also under my direction, rehearses at the Southridge Rec Center in Highlands Ranch. Who are my Highlands Ranch singers? Their concert is next week, so if you want to hear this all over again with a different group, come on out next week, next Sunday here at Parker. On Monday afternoons, our Littleton Chorale rehearses at St. James Presbyterian Church in Littleton under direction of Brian Leatherman. Littleton people, we have some. Their concert is in 2 weeks on Sunday, April 26th at St. James. I want to remind you that we are always looking for support to help our chorales. It is so easy to help our organization. Please visit our website, 5280chorales.org. There you'll find much more information regarding joining our groups, locations, pictures, videos, and this is very important, helping us to thrive through your generous donations. Your support helps us with the costs associated with this beautiful performance venue, our hundreds of concert programs that we copy, our ability to offer professionally produced videos of every performance at no charge to our singers. You can underwrite all or part of a song from our upcoming concerts. Take a look in the insert at your program and choose your favorite song from the list. You can make a donation online anytime through coloradogives.org. Colorado Gives Day is in December, but you can make a donation there anytime. Please refer to your program to learn more about how you can make a donation through the Colorado Gives program. Or, this is the easy one, you can simply drop a donation in one of the baskets that our ushers and greeters will have at the exits today. We truly thank you for helping us keep music alive and well and vibrant in our local communities. We have another American musical milestone medley for you. This show just celebrated its 75th anniversary. This time, let's go to New York City during the 1920s with a show about gamblers, hustlers, gangsters, showgirls, and missionaries. What could possibly go wrong? Guys and Dolls premiered on Broadway in 1950 and won 5 Tony Awards. The movie version, starring Frank Sinatra and Marlon Brando, who did not get along, was released in 1955. The plot involves a gambler who struggles to find a venue for his floating craps game while stalling his fiancée of 14 years, Miss Adelaide. By the way, Adelaide is a showgirl who suffers from an ongoing cold. That cold is caused by his refusal to marry her. In the meantime, another gambler who makes a bet to go on a date with a straight-laced missionary who's always calling for gambling sinners to repent at the Save a Soul mission. Yet another gambler invents a dream during his confession at the mission. Now there's a plot. Our medley includes Guys and Dolls, Luck Be a Lady, Fugue for Tin Horns or Racehorse Gamblers, A Bushel and a Peck, which is a nightclub act, If I Were a Belle, I've Never Been in Love Before, and Adelaide's Lament, easily one of the best comic songs on a Broadway musical, which will be portrayed by our guest, Karen Sumner, followed by the raucous revival-style song, Sit Down, You're Rockin' the Boat.
Of rent for a flat pack of that Taj Mahal. money. But it's better than even money. That the guy's only doing it for some dough, some dough, some dough. The guy's only doing it for some dough. Luck be a lady tonight.
Luck be a lady tonight.
Luck if you've ever been a lady to begin with. Luck be a lady tonight. Luck let the gentleman see how nice a thing you can be. I know the way you treated other guys you've been with. Luck be a lady with me.
Be a lady with me.
A lady doesn't leave her escort. It isn't fair. It isn't nice.
Roll 'em, doesn't wander all over the room and blow some other guy's stuff.
Oh, let's keep the party polite.
Let's keep the party polite.
Never get out of my sight. Stick with me, baby. I'm the fella you came in with. Luck be a lady.
Luck be a lady.
Luck be a lady.
Luck be a lady.
Luck be a lady tonight.
I got a horse right here, his name is Paul Revere, and here's a guy that says that the weather's clear. Can
Down in time, it's the morning light. The guy has got his figured and tied tonight. But legend says he has climbed the path. According to this, here's that telegraph. Big Fred says the horse, Big Fred's all right. This guy calls the horse Big Fred.
last night.
I know it's Valentine's, Big Fred looks fine. He says the dog
The reason I'm sick all the time is because of my longtime boyfriend, Nathan, refuses to get married. It says here, the average unmarried female, basically insecure, due to some long frustration, named the act, with psychosomatic symptoms, difficult to endure, affecting the upper respiratory tract. In other words, just from waiting around for that quaint little band of gold, a person can develop a cold. You can spray her wherever you think you strap the combine life. You can give her a shot or whatever she's got, but it just won't work. If she's tired of getting the fisheye from the hotel life, a person can develop a cold. Furthermore, just from stalling the wedding trip, a person can develop blood drip. When she gets on the train for Niagara, and she can hear church bells chime, the compartment is air-conditioned, and the mood sublime. Then they get up at Saratoga for the 14th time. A person can develop like grip, a post-nasal drip with the wheezes and the sneezes and the sinus that's really unpicked from a lack of community property and the feeling she's getting too old. A person can develop a bad cold.
I dreamed last night I got on the boat to heaven, and by some chance I had brought my dice along. And there I stood, and I hollered, "Someone fade me." But the passengers, they knew right from wrong.
So I said to myself, sit down, you're rocking the boat. People said, sit down, you're rocking the boat. And the devil will drag you under, like a shark will tell of your checkered coat. Sit down, you're rocking the boat.
And as I laughed at those passengers to heaven, ha! A great big wave came and washed me overboard. And as I sank and I hollered, "Someone save me." That's the moment I woke up. Thank the Lord. Thank the Lord. Thank the Lord.
So I said to myself, sit down, sit down, you rock in the boat. Said to myself, sit down, you rock in the boat. And the devil will drag you under with a song so heavy you never float. Sit down, sit down, sit down, sit down, sit down, you rock in the boat.
Sit down, you're rocking. Rocking the boat. Sit down, you're rocking. Rocking the boat. Sit down, you're rocking. Rocking the boat. Sit down, you're rocking. Rocking the boat. Sit down, you're rocking. Rocking the boat. Sit down, you're rocking. Rocking the boat. Sit down, you're rocking.
It is truly a joy for me to work with this wonderful staff and all of these amazing singers. I'm so proud of them. I'm so grateful for the fun we've had while making music together. In addition to our regular concerts, we often do additional performances at area senior centers and retirement communities. And of course, we'll present our fall and winter concerts this November. Please refer to your program or visit our website, 5280chorales.org, for more information about next season, which begins in late August. Before our finale, please allow me to thank some very important people. First, thank you for joining us today and helping us to celebrate America's musical milestones. Thank you so much. Yeah. You've been a wonderful audience. Thank you. Our co-founder, executive director, and principal accompanist at Highlands Ranch in Littleton, Cindy Runkle. Our other co-founder, artistic director, and Littleton conductor, Brian Leatherman. Our amazing Parker accompanist, Bonnie Hackett. We have a new piano accompanist on board, so you'll see her in future concerts. Her name is Wendy Adler. Wendy isn't here today. She'll be here next week, okay. Our talented guest performer, Karen Sumner. And within the chorus, you can stand when I announce you, our wonderful chorus manager, Sue Reams. She keeps us in line. Our amazing music librarian, Kathy Pewter, and our dedicated group of Chorale Pal volunteers. Where are you? Our AV technicians, Bruce Pearson, as well as our longtime friend, recording engineer, and video editor, Tom Grushka. They're back there in the booth. Cindy's husband, Steve Runkle, and his corps of volunteers who have helped us as greeters and ushers today, along the back. Our wonderful sponsor, Parker Arts, as well as the staff, members, and volunteers here at Parker United Methodist Church. Thank you to all of those church members and everyone that made this possible. And how about these fantastic singers? Our patriotic concert would not be complete without one more classic American song. Perhaps the greatest American songwriter, Irving Berlin, wrote over 1,500 songs, like White Christmas, and the list goes on. As Russian Jewish immigrants, he and his family came to America when he was 5 years old. They were fleeing violent anti-Jewish programs in his Siberian village. When his father died in America, Irving sold newspapers in the streets to support his family at 8 years old. That's when he learned about Tin Pan Alley and discovered his gift for music. He wrote God Bless America in 1918, and it was sung for the first time on CBS radio by Kate Smith in 1938 as World War II was forming in Europe. It summarized everything that this country meant to Irving Berlin. He knew he never could have lived the life he had here had the U.S. not welcomed his family. As the song became a sensation, Berlin decided he did not want to profit a single penny from it ever. He wanted it to be his gift to America. He instructed attorneys to establish the God Bless America Fund to assure that in perpetuity, every cent earned would go to the Boy Scout and Girl Scout organizations. To date, they have donated over $13 million to the Scouts. The songwriter is gone, but his love for our nation is immortal. So, when we sing the last verse of God Bless America, I'll give you a cue, I'll tell you when, and I'll invite you to stand as you are able and join us in singing the last verse of God Bless America. All the words will be up on the screen so that we can have a glorious finale and musical tribute. From all of us in the 5280 Chorales organization, happy 150th anniversary, Colorado, and happy 250th anniversary, America.